So here's the result of the roast on Nate's 5 in-demand AI automations. And most of them for me come back as reshape or kill. All right, so you just got comfortable with AI and you have some ideas, but then you go to YouTube and there's 20 different influencers with the next best automation that you need to sell or do for yourself. How do you decide which one of those is worthwhile pursuing? So that's what we're going to talk about here today a little bit. But first, what we have here is we have a workspace, and this is how I'm advocating for people to get set up. And it actually has this inbox here. So what I did is I went out to YouTube and I grabbed Nate Herk's latest video about the 5 most dangerous automations to sell in 2026. So what we can do here, and the way this folder structure is set up, is it has a skill in here called roast, and it also has a way to ingest different different concepts. All right, so yeah, let's take a look. I just dropped a new asset into the Second Brain raw folder about Nate Herk's and automations. I want to ingest it and talk about it and then run the roast skill on it. So I'm going to let this spin for a little bit, but basically what this does, and you can apply this to anything. Like here, we're talking about this particular, oh, this person has a great idea for some automations. Is it good for me? And that's what building this workspace is going to help us do here. Is actually I built out this workspace and it knows some things about me. It's not just a general like, hey, is this idea good? It's, does this idea actually fit with what I'm doing, where my skills are at, the time that I have to invest in this. And that's where the beauty of this is going to happen. So we're gonna ingest this transcript, which is the best way to grab everything about that video. And then we're going to run what we're calling the roast skill. And actually, Nate has a version of this skill himself, and I adopted a similar thing for myself. And it's out here in this skills folder, which actually I own it. It's on my computer. It's not stored in some hidden Claude folder up here. But what the skill does is it has the contrarian. Well, you can kind of guess what that does. The expansionist, like what's the biggest upside? Contrarian's going to find the flaws. The first principles thinker is it starts reasoning from the very beginning. And then the deep researcher actually goes out there and does some research into the market to see, is there a market for this? Stuff like that. And then it actually takes the side of the buyer, like somebody presents this to me, would I want to buy it? And so what the skill does is it actually spins up these 5 different, we'll call them AIs, but these 5 different instances to do their thing. Then it comes back to the judge, and the judge is going to tell us the verdict. Is it a green light, a reshape, or a kill for each one of these? So you're going to be able to see what that actually looks like. And if I cut it right, you saw it at the beginning of this video. So yeah, that's what this roast skill does. And you can use variations of this roast skill, even if it's just like nothing about where you need to run a full roast against it. The AI will know this is a general roast idea, and you can like partially roast some of your other ideas of, should I do this? How's this code look? But yeah, let's see where it's at. So, all right, so here it is. So it went through and it ingested the file. And so it made a new source page. So part of this wiki and this knowledge system is that we can pull stuff into it, and then our workspace knows about it going forward. It's not stuck in some chat. So here you can see it made a new source page under audience and business. So it made this Nate Herk source page, which we can open up. It's in Markdown, but it's basically pulled out everything from that transcript and saved it off. So it talks about what's in it, where it would have the initial pushback. So this is the nice part, but we haven't even run the roast on it yet, is right here. The AI, we're working with this. Everything we talk about, it's stored in this workspace, all the important things. So it's more than just one chat. Like this is how you want to do it, in my mind, and many other people are doing it like this. So it's already talking about some of the pushback that it would talk about, but it deliberately didn't resolve that tension on the page because they want to hand it off to the roast council. So now it's launching all of those different personas that we talked about, and right now it's running through the contrarian, and this may take a little bit, so we're gonna speed it up here and come back after it has run the full roast. So here's the result of the roast on Nate's 5 in-demand AI automations. And most of them, for me, come back as reshape or kill. So the nice part about this is this roast isn't just a general market roast, right? It's what we've been saying, is that this roast actually takes everything it knows about me from my workspace and all my chats, my projects, my clients, my preferences, what I'm good at, my time constraints. So I do have a couple clients currently, and one of them has recurring other clients that they bring in. So that's how it answered this roast here. So, I have 2 clients, live channel that has referrals. My weekday daytime hours are in a day job currently. So yeah, most of them come back as reshape, and then it'll give you the different reasoning why. So saying in general, these ideas are calibrated for someone's credibility poor and hour rich. That's not me. I don't have lots of hours to throw at it. Then talk maybe the biggest risk or the expansionist. Here's the biggest upside. That's kind of in my wheelhouse. Then it throws some ideas of how I could engage with one of the clients that actually knows about. So it's like, hey, you could send out this warm feeler to this client you already have, and then it talks about what's actually yours, talks about my current status, and then from the transcript I can say, all right, can you summarize the high level? So for this particular video, the ones he's proposing are lead qualification and follow-up, customer support resolution, voice AI reception, document and system processing, or employee servicing. So yeah, so that's how the roast works, and it's powered by having an actual workspace that it's a living workspace of you, where you're at, your goals. And that's what I actually help people build in my school community. I start at the beginning to get people organized into this structure, and then I'm adding in new skills as we go. And it's meant to be a progression of starting at the beginning, do a master statement, figure out who you are, get organized, and then walking through some of the natural steps that I went through along the way and a lot of other people do. And then ending at, all right, you have some ideas, but also in that community, there's different threads where we can bounce ideas off each other. I've been doing this for 13 years in an industry that is very regulated and has to do things right and protect taxpayer information. So yeah, and there's going to be other people that are building in there, other senior devs. So it's meant to be a community that people can grow through and, maybe make connections. If that's interesting to you, check it out. It's a one-time fee, or it's a one-time price to get in the door, and that's just to keep out mostly the spammers and the scammers. But yeah, if you're interested in that and you want to join a community, check it out. The link's in the description.